Hello, I'm Chris Gott and I'm the National Creative Director of OFYT, and although lots of people know me in my guise as Creative Director at Ogilvy for about 15 years. Anyway, I'm here now and I'm going to talk to you about creativity into a business and why it's such an important force for change. I guess I can only talk about my own perspectives, and that'll very much be from a creative person trying to affect somebody else's business, and the responses that I've had to my overtures. And I think that to make a business susceptible to the power of creative change, whether it's in your supply line or your marketing, whether it's the way you're being perceived or your mission statement, is to let creative people into your business for a start. You know, I've found there's a diverse range of relationships that occur with the creative suppliers to any business. You can be simply a supplier, or you can be a real collegiate partner. How can I best take my business and move it forward in the most creative way possible? How do I bring creativity to bear in my organization? You know, notwithstanding the fact that I have creative people who are working with me as partners and suppliers. I think that one, you have to be open to creative change in your organization, but I think that secondly, you have to hire people who will bring that attitude in. I've discovered that building your organization around the talents of the people in it, as opposed to building an organizational structure and then just plugging people into the gaps and telling them what they're supposed to do, is a huge part of that. And a lot of companies, 95% of companies, are just going to go, well, I have my organigram, I have my way of doing things, and I'm not going to change that. And I think that in doing so, you deny yourself access to a whole bunch of people who will question your organizations in a whole lot of different ways. Now you would say, well, is that really creativity? Of course it is, because you're creating a role because someone has a talent that they can bring to bear on a business that wasn't there before. That's actually helping the business. You know, I think your ability to look up and down the line, if you're a business that produces a product, is there a way you can innovate around production? Is there a way you can innovate around delivery? That's such a crucial conversation, because the big disrupting tech companies are coming in and doing things differently, doing things creatively, changing the way the delivery mechanism works, and really subverting the entire business model. And the only way you can fight against that is to be more creative in your organization. So thanks very much. I hope it's been useful. I felt like I was rambling a little bit, but if you can grab one or two things out of that, I think creativity isn't necessarily restricted to things that we think are creative, but also to just approaching problems from a completely different angle. And that's what creativity is finding different relationships between things that didn't have relationships before. Thanks.